This is iFIBER 1 News. Here are today's top stories.
The first of its kind traffic safety team is coming to the Grant County Sheriff's Office through a pilot program with the Washington Traffic Safety Commission.
The highly anticipated Moses Lake Wendy's location will be opening its doors Friday at 4 p.m.
Rock Top Burgers and Brew was packed Thursday evening for the second annual Tip-A-Cop event.
They're furry, they're quick, and until recently, they were almost extinct in the North Cascades.
From the iFIBER 1 newsroom, this is iFIBER 1 News. And it starts now.
The first of its kind traffic safety team is coming to the Grant County Sheriff's Office through a pilot program with the Washington Traffic Safety Commission. The pilot program was announced Thursday with grant funds provided by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. Grant funding, totaling about $605,000 for the first year, will provide 3 deputies assigned to the traffic safety team, focused on distracted and impaired driving, speed on rural roads, and seatbelt and child restraint use.
Over the last 3 years, the number of fatal collisions on county roads has shown hardly any decline, even across the state. And so this pilot really will help us to demonstrate, what we need to do, maybe some tweaks in the program as we go along. That's the beauty of this. And then being able to see how do we replicate that across the state. So again, there is no pressure. Everybody's watching you. It is our hope that through the pilot project, we will see these numbers reduced each year and bringing us closer to our goal of target zero.
Between 2011 and 2016, there have been 43 fatal collisions on Grant County roads, an average of about 17 per year. Per capita, Grant County has one of the highest traffic fatality rates in the state.
Over the past many years, the Grant County Sheriff's Office has worked very closely with the Traffic Safety Commission and Target Zero to achieve that goal. Obviously, with the rural counties, it's a little bit more difficult to achieve that goal, but we are, I think, with this pilot project going to make a huge impact on how we change behaviors of our drivers. And so I saw this as an incredible opportunity to make a difference. And because of the Traffic Safety Commission and the staff there, I think we can do that. It's just as recently as over Thanksgiving weekend, we lost another young life due to an impaired driving collision. And so those are the kind of things that we are really going to focus on when we get this team up and running.
The 3 members of the traffic safety team will include deputies Adam Hunt, Tom Tufty, and Jordan Myers. Grant County will receive funds over the next 3 years, with the county gradually absorbing the cost to continue operating the traffic safety team. Along with traffic enforcement, the team will also put a heavy emphasis on community outreach and education. Sheriff Tom Jones said the traffic safety team will go into effect January 1st. This is Joe Utter for iFIBER 1 News.
This segment is brought to you by...
Change doesn't have to be complicated. With a low-profile microwave hood combination that's ready to install right out of the box. It fits in the same space as your under-cabinet hood, so you can get your microwave off the countertop and make space for the routines worth keeping. The low-profile microwave hood combination, from the #1 selling appliance brand in the USA.
Whirlpool Appliances, now available at more furniture in Ephrata.
The highly anticipated Moses Lake Wendy's location will be opening its doors Friday at 4 p.m. Wensbach Resources Marketing Director Elizabeth Curl confirmed that the newly built restaurant will have a soft opening where the restaurant will simply open its doors. Wensbach Resources owns several Wendy's in the surrounding areas.
We're really excited to be here. We have Ellensburg, Tri-Cities, Yakima, Southern Oregon as well, and so this is really a connection point for us. It's close to all of our other restaurants. Great community here. We're just really excited to be a part of it. Great. We have a great corner location as well, so yeah, we're really excited.
The following Saturday on the 14th, there will be a grand opening celebration. Starting at 12:30 p.m., the celebration will include a ribbon cutting and free Frosties among other festivities, including a live show with KDRM. I'm Matt Chikoski for iFIBER 1 News.
This segment is brought to you by
Your taste buds bored? Well, then bring them to Jay's Teriyaki. Not only does Jay's have a variety of teriyaki dishes, they also offer mouth-watering salads and sides. Call Jay's 509-764-5155. Jay's Teriyaki, located at 123 East Broadway in Moses Lake, because it's all in the sauce.
Rock Top Burgers and Brew was packed Thursday evening for the second annual Tip-A-Cop event. Once again, law enforcement from the Grant County Sheriff's Office and Moses Lake Police Department partnered with Rock Top servers to help take care of customers. All tips during the event were donated back to the two law enforcement agencies. In all, a total of about $4,400 in tips were collected during the event, and Jordan Hamilton with Rock Top also donated to make it an even $5,000 for the second year. Santa Claus was also on hand for pictures, and former Moses Lake Police Chief Dave Ruffin, now an instructor at the Columbia Basin Tech Center, brought along 3 criminal justice program students to pitch in. Money raised during the event supports the annual Shop with a Cop coming up later this month. The annual event gives select children and families a chance to shop and interact with law enforcement during the holiday season. This is Joe Utter for iFIBER 1 News.
They're furry. They're quick, and until recently, they were almost extinct in the North Cascades. The fisher is a native member of the weasel family. This week, the National Park Service is releasing several of the creatures into the North Cascades, part of an ongoing multi-agency effort to restore them to their habitat throughout the Northwest. Fishers don't eat fish. Instead, they hunt the forest floor, eating small rodents and vegetation. But by the 1930s, they'd been over-trapped for their soft fur and disappeared from their native range in the U.S. Conservation agencies and nonprofits began reintroducing the animals in Washington, starting on the Olympic Peninsula and progressing last year to Mount Rainier and the South Cascades. The animal's population remains healthy in Canada, where most of the newly released animals were captured or raised. More than 100 fishers are now estimated to range through the state's forest, and about 80 will be reintroduced in the North Cascades. Many of them have implanted tracking devices, so biologists can monitor their health and their habits. Jefferson Robbins, iFIBER 1 News.
This is iFIBER 1 News. For more information on these stories and other news, visit us online at iFiber1.com or check us out on Facebook.